And I want to know that I've shown it to as many people as I possibly can, generating as much awareness so that
Sure.
when the time comes to actually start pre-leasing or leasing, I've got a semi-warm audience of people who have seen my ads and hopefully maybe even clicked on it. The name of the game with multifamily marketing is really visibility.
That's the kind of exposure that you're missing out on.
Like, boom, we're giving it right to you on a platter. So another episode of Reply Talk, we have our marketing guru, Kaylin Lander, in the house.
Here I am.
On another episode, and what are we covering today?
So today's episode is all about the most popular digital advertising sources for multifamily marketing. And the way we've done this is we've taken 3 of the most popular advertising sources and kind of given them a star rating based on their usefulness and effectiveness in doing what multifamily ads should do.
Okay, I like it. Perfect.
All right.
Let's hop into this.
Okay, so I want to kind of put out a disclaimer before we jump into the episode.
Oh, boy.
And it's something that it's something we run into a lot is a lot of people just doing things with advertising just to do them.
Yep.
And we actually had a really productive meeting with a client this week. I don't know if I can say their name. Can I say their name?
Sure.
Okay. So we had a really productive meeting with the Greystar marketing team this week, and a lot of our conversation focused on making sure that your marketing efforts are outcome oriented. So
Yes.
what are you trying to get, especially out of like advertising, like digital advertising with like money?
Yeah.
What are you trying to get out of
Not
these ad
monopoly
dollars?
money.
Right,
Real
exactly.
money.
Real money. What are you trying to get out of these advertising dollars?
And that's important. The first question.
Exactly.
Why?
Why? Exactly.
Why are you doing what you're doing?
Why? Paid
Yes.
social. Why? Display. Extra. Why?
Yeah,
why?
true.
Why are you spending money on this ad source, and what is it doing for you? So
Yeah. What do you want as the outcome?
exactly.
Perfect.
So before we jump into this, please consider your outcome before spending any ad dollars on it.
And I know that seems really simple, but like you do need to ask yourself,
Yeah.
why am I doing this? What's the expectation? What am I going to get out of this?
Exactly.
Perfect.
So,
All right.
Rolling into the first popular digital ad source for multifamily is paid search advertising.
Okay.
So this is primarily advertising on Google. We've done a little bit of Bing to kind of like fair to middling success, but
Sure.
mostly on Google. So we use paid search advertising for lead generation. Usually properties are like, my occupancy is, dipping a little bit, or we want to make sure we keep it at that 90% or better, and we want to generate that steady stream of leads. Paid search. It's a relatively cost-effective option
Sure.
for generating leads, and the audience is already warm. So you're not starting super top of the funnel. You're kind of getting into that mid-funnel level where people are already showing interest in what you're offering, and they're seeking it out via a search engine. So,
Which Google is
Right.
the most used search engine.
yeah, I think they have like 98% of the search engine market share now.
Yeah.
So, advertising on Google, you pretty much got the whole thing in the bag.
And I know this is another conversation, but a lot of people debate, like, why should I have paid search over an ILS or with an ILS? And I think that fact alone, 98% of
Yeah.
searches come from Google.
Right.
So leverage the fact that people are
Exactly.
Googling apartments.com.
And where do ILSs run ads too? Google.
Exactly.
So, definitely.
How do you think that they get that traffic? It's through Google.
Exactly.
So,
Right. And so for this advertising source, for our star rating, we've given it 5 stars. That's kind of like cream of the crop. You can really get to people who are looking for what you're offering, whether you are A+ property or whether you are, maybe, I don't want to say affordable because that's kind of like a 4-letter word in this industry, but you're on the more affordable side of things. Paid search advertising is going to bring you ROI.
yeah, I approve that rating.
Excellent. I'm so glad. One disclaimer. Please make sure you have conversion tracking set up properly for your paid search campaigns. So many times we have marketing managers
yeah.
for property management companies come to us and say, well, we're spending all this money on paid search, but we don't really know if it's working. How can we quantify our ROI from these ad spend dollars? They're kind of confused. You have to make sure that you're tracking conversions properly.
And you always say, one of your little sayings is there's 100 ways to skin a cat. And but it's kind of true in this case. There are 100 different ways that you can set up conversion tracking, but that's across several different industries.
Exactly.
So there is a specific way to set up conversion tracking for multifamily PPC.
Right. And specifically for PPC, the things that have the most value are things that are eventually going to generate a lease, right? So like a form submission, so someone directly coming to you and saying, hey, I'm interested in learning more about this property, or a phone call that lasts for us 90 seconds or longer, because that's what we found based on listening to countless hours of phone calls.
Yes.
That's what we found to be the most effective threshold for cutting off call conversion.
And the most accurate.
Yeah, exactly.
And the biggest thing about this, everybody, and if you disagree, please let us know.
Yeah.
We like different perspectives on it, but in different industries, you can have half conversions. You can have certain things that add up into a full conversion, negative conversions, all of this stuff.
Right.
But the reason why we basically attribute a conversion to a lead is because we're able to reconcile our data.
Right.
We're able to say, like, hey, there's a very small margin of error of this phone call that lasted 90 or less than 90 seconds. Maybe it did turn into a lead, but it's a very smaller margin.
Right.
And we stay consistent with our conversion metrics so that we can reconcile our data and so that it's not all over the place.
Exactly. And there is still value. I love analytics. Like, that's one of my most favorite things to do in my job. And there is still value in tracking like micro conversions. So different interaction events on your website, video plays, button clicks.
I would
on
say that as
certain
micro
things.
goals. Like, those are little goals, don't you think?
I hesitate to say goals, just because when people think of goals, they often think about Google Analytics goals.
Yeah.
And you get a certain number of those, and we want to make sure those are used for actual conversion metrics. But using that event tracking in Google Analytics like we do, you can still track user interaction and report on that even.
Yeah.
But you don't have to optimize your campaigns based on those micro conversions.
Sure.
So awesome. That's paid search. Big
Cool.
fan, obviously. So the next ad medium we've got is social media advertising. So I've got a little fun fact for you today.
Lay it on me.
Do you know how many a billion ad clicks per year that Facebook receives? How many billion? That's billion with a B.
Ooh.
It's 22 billion ad clicks per year.
That's insane.
That's a lot.
That's
a lot of clicks on ads.
And then you figure that it's like, how much per
Right, yeah.
click?
Or if you're paying per click, or most of the time people pay per impression.
Per impression, yeah.
That engagement alone, that's huge. That's a lot.
Oh, absolutely. That's why it's such a
I-
powerful advertising medium.
Yeah.
My goodness.
If I had $1 for every click.
Oh.
Anyways. Bye. We'll see you later. Okay. So social media advertising is really effective because you can market to an already warm audience via remarketing. So people who have visited your website, and you've got the pixel on your website, and you're capturing those people, and you can remarket to them. And you can also, there have been some constraints placed on this lately, but you can also target based on interests.
Yeah.
So the audience is going to be a little less warm than remarketing, but still you're going to find people who are, this is more questionable now, but who are more relevant to what you're offering. Like your ads are going to resonate more with a certain audience when you've aligned with their interests.
Sure.
So there are 3 types of campaigns in Facebook that we use at Reply. The first is lead generation. So this is a Facebook campaign that is designed to drive leads. Great for remarketing, right? So, people come to your website, they don't do anything for you. Hit them with a Facebook ad. Hopefully they fill out that form. And yeah, exactly.
Maybe they couldn't find it on your website. Maybe they just weren't ready. But you've got that. Just trailing them. Just following them around. Hey, fill me out.
Just reminding you that I'm still here. Another fun fact. So Facebook remarketing ads get almost 3 times more engagement than a normal Facebook ad does. Right. Exactly.
Such an easy win.
Easy win. Exactly. It's like shooting fish in a barrel.
Yeah.
And
all you got to do is just place a little pixel on your website and then run an ad.
Exactly. So another type of campaign we use for Facebook is awareness. So this is great for lease-ups and properties that aren't even built yet. So
Yeah.
you can really kind of sell, especially if it's a very particular type of property, A+, like very much lifestyle focused. You can really sell that lifestyle with those pictures on a Facebook ad or even a video.
Build that trust.
Build that trust. Get those people who could
Get
be
them
interested.
excited.
Yeah, exactly.
Just selling the dream.
Exactly. Sell that lifestyle, sell the dream, and build that awareness for property.
So what do you think with awareness? What's your goal from that campaign? Are you looking at impressions, or are you looking at click-throughs, sending them to somewhere else? What do you think that the best option is for that?
I think high level, I'm going to look at impressions
Yeah.
because when I'm trying to drive awareness to an audience, I've got the audience settings super dialed in. So
Yeah.
I know that these are the people I want to see this ad.
Okay.
And I want to know that I've shown it to as many people as I possibly can, generating as much awareness so that
Sure.
when the time comes to actually start pre-leasing or leasing, I've got a semi-warm audience of people who have seen my ads and hopefully maybe even clicked on it to learn a little more for the website. You can do a little remarketing.
Yeah.
And,
What would you recommend,
cetera, et
though?
cetera.
Video over photos, or
If you've got video is great, right?
Yeah.
So like people,
I love video.
Humans are stupid, and they love to see a video, right? Especially if it's engaging. If you've got really high quality video content, you've got some good music. The property itself is really attractive. Like we did one in South Carolina. Y'all were there last Friday, and the property is beautiful. Like I would watch this video just to watch it, just because
Yeah.
it's beautiful. So.
Old repurposed warehouse.
Right.
Sweet. Yeah.
It's really nice. And that goes a long way in putting that person in that property, like selling them that lifestyle. Like, I could imagine walking into this apartment and this being my kitchen, or like being able to use this outdoor space or this like common space in like a business area or something.
Have you seen that figure on the amount of people or the percentage of people on social media that watch it on the toilet?
No.
It's kind of
Is that a
ridiculous.
thing?
It's scary.
I bet you drive that number up.
No,
like, real
I do a lot of things, but it's disturbing how many people watch their phone on the toilet.
Yeah. I think everyone does it.
Yeah, we'll get that fun fact for you.
I feel like that's more. I feel like the demographics for that are going to skew like more like male than female.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dude.
There's some skeletons in the closet. I mean, I don't know what y'all doing there.
Oh my god. Fair enough. My husband is in the toilet. He's there for like 30 minutes. I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
there's a
watching
lot of
Facebook
things.
ads.
He's watching videos.
Watching
So
videos
you all
on
should do
Facebook.
video on.
Exactly. Okay. Last campaign objective for Facebook is engagement. This is great for both lease-ups and stable deals. And engagement is going to become more and more important as Facebook continues to limit advertiser targeting options for special ad categories. So that's housing, credit, and employment. Getting people to engage with your page, to like it, maybe like share like a giveaway or like whatever kind of event, if you're doing like a community event or something like that, getting people to engage and being able to build your special ad audience that way is going to pay you dividends in the long run when you can no longer build a lookalike audience or upload a customer list or anything like that. You've already got a list of people who are pretty warm that have already liked your page or have engaged with it previously.
So Facebook is catching on. They're understanding that people are just kind of like building these audiences just to build them, and it was all advertising. But now they're saying, okay, well, we really need you guys to focus on engagement again.
Yeah.
Because engagement used to be a huge thing. It was like, we need to get as many likes and all this stuff, and it really didn't play a factor.
Well, and they've got kind of the regulatory agencies breathing down their necks and trying to make sure that no one's getting discriminated against. And I won't get on my soapbox about that, but so for social media advertising, 4 out of 5 stars for that purpose. So I would have given it a 5 out of 5, but a few weeks ago our targeting options became even more limited. So
it's ever changing.
Yeah, you've got like one hand tied behind your back now because you're so limited in what you can do in a campaign. So, but still, great medium. There are ways to get around this. You just have to work a little more.
And remarketing. I mean, you can't beat remarketing.
Exactly. So, last but sort of least, actually. This is an ad medium we get asked about a lot. We've run some of these campaigns, but it's kind of like maybe not the most ideal for multifamily, and we've given it 3 out of 5 stars because of that. So banner and display ads.
Okay.
I think display ads are like sexy, right? Like everyone thinks of a display ad and they're like, ooh, display ads, like this is awesome. Like, are you...
Well, you correlate it to essentially the display ads that are on Facebook and social media, and it's like it doesn't really...
That's not really the same.
No.
Right. So if you've got money to spend and you need to spend it somewhere, as we know that happens in multifamily, consider some display ads. If you've got some money to spend, you've really exhausted all of your options on paid search, you've exhausted all of your options on paid social, maybe put some money into some well-designed display
Tell me
ads.
a little bit about the places that these do show up, because I don't think that a lot of people understand the full
if you're using
extent.
there are a lot of different display networks. So there are like independent display networks like AdRoll that we've used for like, placing video display ads and different banner ads on different sites. Like, but the Google Display Network, it can really kind of show up anywhere, which is kind of, I don't know. For e-commerce, for like small purchases, if you're looking to buy a pair of shoes or something like that, I don't mind spending money on display ads, putting them
Maybe
somewhere.
you're reading a blog article or
Right.
something, and then all of a sudden
Exactly.
you're scrolling down the blog and it just pops up and it's right there.
Exactly. Or like if you're a coaching business or something and you want to get people in your email list and you're going to offer them a free white paper or something on whatever, that's fine. But with multifamily, the consideration period is a little longer than for like buying a pair of shoes or just opting into someone's email list. So the money that you would spend on display isn't always quantifiable down the line. But if you want to drive some awareness and you want to kind of use it in the same as like a awareness adjacent to a Facebook marketing campaign, you could do that. So like you could...
You've got to lease up.
Basic
You've got
success.
something that's
Right.
new, and you're just trying to build awareness.
Yeah,
And
you could base its success on impressions
Yeah.
driven. That's fine. Display isn't going to convert the way that paid search does.
Sure.
Right. And it really isn't a lead generation medium. Like, you're not going to get someone who says, "Ooh, look at this photo of a kitchen on this display ad. Let me click and convert." Like, probably not. Without remarketing, display is really like a top of funnel awareness medium.
Sure.
So you're really just trying to get people into an audience and kind of get them warm.
Yeah.
But you're not necessarily going to get a whole lot of leads generated there. Remarketing campaigns in display can be slightly more effective. So you've had someone maybe go through a Google search. They found you via a search ad. They've clicked on your ad. They didn't convert. You can maybe do a little remarketing campaign for display and build awareness that way. But you really have to make sure that like the brand experience is consistent so that they know when they've clicked on your ad and then they've seen your landing page, and then they see this display ad down the line, the experience is consistent, and they're like, oh yeah, I remember clicking on, something last week and seeing this page, and
Consistent
I
look and feel.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, absolutely.
So for that reason, we've given it 3 out of 5 stars, but I wanted to include it in today's podcast because we get asked about it a lot.
Surprised you got 3.
I was feeling generous this morning.
I guess. Geesh.
Yeah, we got here early. I was feeling generous.
All right.
So.
Feeling generous. Feeling dangerous.
Yeah, right?
Cool.
So
Well,
that's
then these are 3 digital advertising mediums.
Yeah.
And let's not forget about the regular traditional stuff. That is important as well.
Of course, yeah.
Your signage, your landscaping. I always resort back to the 4 Ps.
Right, yeah.
And making sure that you're going over those and fully understanding them. But this was great, Kaylin.
Cool, awesome.
I learned a lot
fun.
this episode.
I'm glad you did.
Well, thank you guys for joining us on this episode of Reply Talk. We will see you on the next episode.
Bye, guys.
See ya.